Okay, so apparently it cuts me off at 15 minutes. So I'll make the rest of this super duper quick. All right, so we know that we had one original strand which was yellow. So originally the yellow was all zipped up together, kind of like it is right here. Okay, during replication, it was split in half by an enzyme called DNA helicase, which you'll get to know a little bit later. And then the blue ones were filled in one at a time according to what matches with what. Okay? And then at the end, we have two identical copies. All right, now I was supposed to put a mutation in there and I made a mistake because I should have made the mutation the wrong nucleotide. So, like, if this one was the mutated one, I should have made it not, let's see, what's the triangle one? Triangle is thymine. I should have made it like adenine or cytosine or guanine, anything that doesn't belong here, okay, because that would make it a mutation. But I did it wrong, so that's fine too. All right, so the mutation occurred on the replicated strand. So when the copy was made, that's when the error happened. Okay, so this means that the enzyme responsible for adding complementary nucleotides, remember that's the opposite, to the existing DNA template, DNA polymerase, this is the enzyme that made the error, made a mistake. Now, if there wasn't a change in DNA, remember that's the silent mutation, nothing happened because I messed it up, and still nothing would happen over time because I messed it up. But we can still answer this question number 5, explain how mutations occur and how they're passed from cell to cell. Mutations occur when the wrong base, just like it was when we did melanin, when the wrong base is added to the new DNA strand. They are passed to new cells every time the DNA is replicated. So if we have one mutation, if we have one thing that's wrong and the mutated cell duplicates, so the mutated cell makes a copy of itself, that mutation is now part of the problem. Okay, and remember, when there's a lot of damaged cells and they don't kill themselves, this leads to cancer. Or if it does what it's supposed to do, it leads to apoptosis, which is cell death. Now, if you're still confused about what kind of mutations are what, I put 2 videos down here about mutations, one from the Amoebo Sisters because I love them, and one from Ted Ed because I love them too. Okay, so if you're still having some troubles with mutations, take a look at those videos. All right, now lesson 5 vocabulary. I was going to do something with the vocabulary now that we're doing e-learning, but all of my ideas were not so great. So what I decided to do is I'm just going to have them on the Quizlet, and I want you to practice the Quizlet as much as you can. Because I'm not really going to like collect your vocabulary cards or anything, but you're going to need them for the test. So I would love it if you would make flashcards or sticky notes or even just write them down on a piece of paper so that you have them for the test. Because as you guys remember last time, if you don't know what these words mean and these words show up on your exam, how are you supposed to answer the question, right? So you need to know what these words mean, okay? So put them somewhere so that you'll be ready for the test. And last, we've got our wrap-up questions. So we're on big question number 3. How does each cell get its own copy of DNA? So what did we figure out? Chargaff's rules are that adenine always pairs with thymine and cytosine always pairs with guanine, meaning that they will be equal in the DNA strand. Okay, DNA replication happens by splitting the DNA molecule, copying each side and building 2 new strands. Over here, there's a really good video about DNA replication. This one is more like scientific. This one is still scientific because it's Amoeba Sisters, but it's a little more fun and animated. So if you're struggling with like, how do I represent this? What does this look like in real life? I would watch some of these videos because I can't really show you what it's like in real life because I don't have that power of a microscope at home. And then write down one more thing you figured out today. I said different species have different numbers of each base in their DNA. That goes back to the Chargaff's rules things. Okay, and then what questions do we still have? What is the tumor suppressor gene? We're going to find out. How do animals get cancer? We're going to find that out too. And where do the new bases come from that are used to make the new DNA? So that when we're building, so like over here, when we are building a new strand of DNA opposite the original, where do those nucleotides come from? All right, review questions. Describe the process of DNA replication using the following words: original strand, new strand, and base pairs. So I said DNA is replicated by splitting the original strand, that's my first word, adding new bases according to the base pair rules, and eventually creating two identical strands of DNA. So what I want to do, I haven't used new strand yet, so I'm going to put in new strands of DNA. Perfect. Okay, and then I want to complete the table about DNA mutations. I also put this diagram over here for you guys because I know that you probably don't still have your stuff from our last unit when we talked about mutations. So I put that over here to help you guys with this. Okay, so insertion, we know one base is added. Deletion, one base is deleted. Silent, missense, and nonsense, all three of these just have one base that's changed. Okay, and then what happens to the protein? Insertion and deletion are the most severe because everything after that is wrong. Silent is the least severe because there's no change. Missense is that one amino acid is wrong, just one. And then nonsense means that it codes for the stop codon, and so the protein is stopped being made too early. All right, and that's it, everybody. That's it for lesson 5. I hope that that was helpful to you guys. I'll keep doing it. I'll keep recording these videos if you think that they're helpful. So let me know, okay? See you next time.